Assalamualaikum guys, it's Sophia. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be talking about my revert to Islam, and the date I'm going to post this, which is tomorrow inshallah, will be October 1st, and that will be my 5th year anniversary as a Muslim. Woohoo! So yeah, alhamdulillah, I reverted to Islam 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. So it starts as I am from Philadelphia, Philly, Pennsylvania, if you don't know. And what else? Like Philly has a big, please ignore the background, it's traffic. But yeah, Philly has a very big Muslim population, especially amongst African Americans. And then we also have a lot of like foreigners, whether they're from Africa, West Africa, you know, Arabs, Indians. We have a lot of Muslims here in Philly, but like specifically African Americans, you know, a lot of them reverted, like they reverted to the Nation of Islam, and then, you know, then they graduated to, you know, I would say the real Islam, you know, that follows the Quran and the Sunnah, and with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the last messenger. So yeah, that's how many people became Muslim in Philly. My family didn't have that many Muslims when I first knew about Islam. I have one uncle who was Muslim, and then my cousin, she ended up becoming Muslim and being married and stuff. And then the next person was my mother. So when my mother became Muslim, I was really happy for her, because, you know, she was changing her life, and it was good to see. You know, I'm just like, this must really be it if my mother is gonna stop doing whatever she want to do, and then, like, you know, listen to all these rules. Like, it definitely sounded like a lot of rules and stuff. But alhamdulillah, she reverted my 8th grade year of which is like my last year in middle school. So yeah, she reverted to Islam, and like she bought me like books and stuff about like teenage girls as Muslims, and you know, I would read it even though I didn't revert at the same time as her. She would buy me books, I would read them, I would listen to lectures with her, and also would hear them like throughout the house because she would play it. I also would hear the adhan, and I love to hear the adhan, like the famous Medina one, I think is what it is, and I really liked it. And I also would like listen to the I Look I See album, and I really liked that. But I wasn't Muslim yet, but I really liked all this stuff. And even when I was in like 9th grade, my mother, she took me to like a Jumu'ah khutbah, like once or twice. Yeah, she took me there like twice. But throughout, like when she first started, she was really trying to force me to be Muslim. Keep it 100. She was trying to force me. I was so mad. Like, I was even thinking about moving with my father, which is like, yeah, like, who does that? The way my father is, I was like, no. And I was like, no, my father, he's a great father, alhamdulillah, he was in my life always. But my father's more like strict and stuff. Like, I would get beatings and all that type of stuff. My mom, she was a sweet one. So it was like, I'm trying to leave that to go to my dad. That must be something. Even though at that age I wasn't getting beatings anyway, because I was, I don't know, getting a little more mature. But yeah, she was getting on my nerves, and I'm just like, Dad, my mom's trying to force me to be Muslim. And I'm like, yeah, I was just stressed out. And then my cousin, who was my girl cousin, who became Muslim, like the second person that became Muslim in my family, because besides my uncle and his kids were, you know, he raised them as Muslims or whatever. But then my cousin, she reverted. So she talked to my mom like, you know, you can't force her to be Muslim, you know, Allah is the one who makes Muslims, you just gotta make dua for her. And alhamdulillah, that worked. And she like got off my case, because it was really annoying. And like my main reason why I didn't want to revert, it was because you had to cover. I'm just like, I'm in 8th grade, 9th grade, you know, that's when, you know, I like to dress how I want to dress. Like, you know, it was just, I would cover my hair, had a nice shortcut. and like I just wanted to continue to live my life normal, you know, like everyone else. And I was just not with it. Like I liked the idea of Islam because like I really didn't like church. Like my mother, before she became Muslim, she would make me go to church with my aunt because she was like, you know, she had the idea like, you know, if I'm not living right, or you know, like I'm not going to church, I would at least want you to go and stuff. So I was going to church with my aunt. That probably was like 6th and 7th grade, I would say. Me and my aunt and like all her foster kids and stuff, like she would take us to church and stuff, but I never really liked it. I wasn't interested. The theatrics of it, the yelling, the jumping around, the music, all throughout the service, it was just, I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of the Trinity. And that started at 4th grade. I realized at 4th grade that Jesus and God could not be one. I was literally in 4th grade and I was in the bathroom with these 2 girls, and they were just talking about Jesus. I'm just like, Jesus is not God, and it was looking like I was crazy. But no, I knew in 4th grade that was like, I was like 9 years old or 10, so I knew. And so going to church, it was like a waste of my time because it wasn't adding up. I wasn't with it. I didn't like it. I would sit in the back and play on my phone and do everything that I wasn't supposed to do. But I would go like Wednesdays. We had Wednesdays and we had like Friday and then Sunday. I didn't always go for like strictly for 2 years, but like for a lot of, I went a lot. And yeah, so I didn't like that. I didn't like the idea of church and the Bible, and I just knew it was fabricated. Like I just wasn't slow. Like I just knew that the Bible wasn't it, and then like Christianity was not it for me. So yeah, the Trinity threw me off, and like just the way that they run things. And then like now as a Muslim, I can tell the difference between like, you know, going to church and then actually at the masjid, because it's so much better. Like the masjid, you really come to learn, it's to play, you know, to praise Allah. You know, yeah, we chit chat, but like that's just after, you know, like that's after the khutbah, that's after a class. And like, you know, it's no mixing of the sexes. You cannot come as you are. I don't like that idea. No, you need to come proper. You need to come correct in the house of Allah. You know, you need to come correct in the salat. It's not all of that, I don't know what they doing, like, you know, all inclusive. No, I don't like that idea. It just didn't make sense. And like I think, like, I feel like Christians was just so hypocritical. And now as a Muslim, I see Muslims are hypocritical as well, but the church is on a whole nother level. And like I feel like they think that they could just do whatever they want, and like because Jesus died for their sins, so they just gonna do how they want. And then because I'm in Philly and it's a lot of Muslims, they always coming at Muslims like, oh, this person's a fake Muslim, they only cover in Ramadan and just stuff, because they know like we have a lot of rules. But like, y'all have rules too, y'all just don't know them. I like, can y'all even tell me the rules besides the 10 commandments? Like it's too loose over there. That's what I like. Islam is just perfect. It was everything laid out, you know. We have the rules, we have, you know, the pillars, we have the fundamental principles, it was so much stuff. It's just so detailed, and like the things that we need to know is very clear. Some things are not clear, but the things we need to know is clear. The covering is clear, how to pray is clear, how to live a life as a Muslim is clear. It's just so much clearer. It's so much more guidance and like structure. And oh, the sun is coming out, peeking out. But yeah, like that's what I like. Christianity, it's too loose. I feel like everyone does what they want to do. Even though they could do it as a Muslim, we know what we're supposed to do. We know so much more. And it's like the preservation of the Quran. I was so surprised by that. What else? And just the structure of Islam, like there's so much structure. You think, because as a Christian, you can do what you want. They can go party Saturday night and go to church on Sunday morning with no, like, it's cool. Like, alcohol is still in their system and do what they want. They could pray to God or whoever they want to call, whatever they do, you know, like they can do that whenever they want. And then I'm like, Islam, like 5 times a day, it sounds like a lot, but it's structure. It keeps you in check. It keeps you in the remembrance of Allah. It creates the habit. It's not like we just come to Allah when, you know, when we need something from Him. Like, no, it's literally 5 times a day, every day. So yeah, you know, you have, and then we have the good, and it's just so much more, Islam is just so much more rich than Christianity. It's not even funny. And no shade to y'all, but like, don't come in the comments talking about it. I don't care. Because yeah, it's just so much, it's so much better as a Muslim. Where did I leave off at? My mom reverted. She was trying to force me. She stopped. And then I just went through high school, just being not Muslim, still not covering, you know. I was still here, then I would hear lectures. So like, I knew about Islam, and I knew that if I was become religious, or like, not even if, I feel like when I became religious and I wanted to get my life together, that I knew that I would be Muslim, because I knew Christianity wasn't it. So fast forward to my 12th grade year, my husband, then he was just my classmate then, but like we would talk throughout like our I think it was fourth period. We had like AP literature class together. So the class before that, like our lunch period before that, like third period, we would like be in a class with the teacher talking about religion and stuff, you know, and like I'm like, yeah, my mom's Muslim, blah blah blah. So he will always like talk about stuff like that, and I was always interested, even though I just wasn't practicing anything. But yeah, we would talk about that, and then we end up exchanging numbers. And then like when I was talking to him, he will always like try to make it about Dean. He wasn't trying to be like, he's not perfect, but he was not trying to be mixy with me like what, you know, what I'm used to. He wasn't that. He was trying to become better, like, and he wasn't trying to just be, you know, just mixy at that point in time that he started, you know, we started texting or whatever. So we texted and stuff, and you know, he already know that I'm interested in Islam, that my mom's Muslim, and that I know a lot of, not a lot, but I know enough to that he knows that I want to be Muslim and stuff. So like he would tell me to you know, look this up, look up why should you be Muslim, who was Allah, and the last day, who's the prophet. It was just a bunch of stuff that he, you know, like it's like mini assignments he gave me and stuff. So that was so interesting, because it's like all these other guys and texting and stuff, they're not trying to call me to Islam, you know, like it's just party whatever. So like that made me more interested in talking to him. But like he always made sure, he was just like, you know, you should, like, what are you waiting for, you know, like, you know, you're not guaranteed to live and stuff, you're not guaranteed to, you know, I think everybody's like, oh, I'll get my life together later down in life when I'm 40, 50 and I'm just burnt out. No. So he was just like, you know, what you waiting for? But, you know, don't do it for me, because, you know, like, just don't do it for me, because, like, that's for you. Like, you become Muslim because you want to, and, you know, because of Allah, you know, for Allah. So he always made that clear and had to like remind me, because like in Philly, a lot of people do become Muslim for men, and then they end up leaving, not even like leaving Islam, like they just don't practice the best after like they break up with these guys, or like these guys aren't even, these brothers, they're not the best practicing. So like they let their women in and out of hijab and improper hijab, and like it's just real messy in Philly, especially when they be converting for guys, or I wouldn't even say for guys, because it's their job, it's Muslim men's job to try to convert these women. Like, don't just let them be out in the streets not Muslim and then fornicating, or, you know, even if you get married, you want your kids to be Muslim, and like you want your spouse to be Muslim as well, because yeah, a lot of these girls, people in Philly are not strong practicing devout Christians. So I feel like it's so easy to convert them, because I feel like Islam is clear and it's the truth. So it's like when you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, that do make sense. So yeah, anyway, a lot of people do convert because of men, for men, whatever you want to, like, I want to say before them, like the men are doing their dawah and getting these girls to convert, and that's a good thing, alhamdulillah, that, you know, these men are upon, you know, they're on the journey or in the dua to get this person to become Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Look at the light now, look ugly. But yeah, like these men are helping sisters come to Islam, which was a lot of reverts in Philly. But yeah, he was like, don't do it for me, blah blah blah, like, because he never promised me like anything, like, I'm gonna marry you. He never said nothing like that. But oh, that looks crazy. But yeah, he just, you know, become Muslim for yourself, learn. he would send me stuff. They send me lectures and stuff. I think he would just send me certain lectures like on like the basics of Islam and like the foundations, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna convert. I think I told my mom, just like it was October 1st, and I was like, I'm gonna take my shahada on October 1st. Like, I didn't really tell that many people. I didn't tell that many people at all. I just like told my mom and a few other people, and I just did it. I deleted my Instagram and everything. We had went to the Islamic, was it Islamic Club? No, we had went to Tuba Fashions, like an Islamic clothing store on 52nd and Walnut. We went in there. It was this guy, and I think probably his sister, wife, whoever works in the store or whatever. And my mother was there with me, and he gave me my shahada, and I think he actually gave me like 2 different garments. He gave me a garment and like a khimar, not like this. This is a khimar, but he gave me the shayla or the hijab that wraps. So he gave me that. And what else did he give me? Yeah, that was it. But yep, I reverted to Islam on October 1st, 2016, and I do not regret my decision. I am happy that I did it when I did it, even because I can't change it. Like, it feels like, well, maybe I could have reverted earlier and like you know, like save myself a lot of stuff. But like, alhamdulillah, Allah guided me when it was the right time for me. You know, like after I graduated, it was like, you know, fun, party, and it was like, I'm not gonna miss this. Like, I don't need this. Like, I felt like I had a higher purpose. Like I didn't drink or anything. Like, I would just go out to go out and stuff. Like, I just wasn't attached to the dunya lifestyle in that way. Like, so it's like I didn't feel like I was missing out, because I didn't even like I didn't like that I didn't like exposing my body in the sense that like I didn't want like older men to look at me, but it's just like I can't control which eyes look at me and which ones don't, you know. It just doesn't make sense. So it's just like I just would hate walking past old men, or just like, it just disgusts me, like, ew. But I'm still gonna wear what I want, right? That ideology, that mindset was just horrible. But I'm just so happy, and I was ready to embrace the hijab, just hijab as in altogether, just dressing more modestly. That was a big role. Like, that was really, it wasn't hard for me, because like I wanted to do it on my time. Like, I already had those years to show myself off, so it's just like I'm not missing nothing. I don't even really like it that much. And then it's just like I can also wear my stuff in the house even though like I end up giving away all of my clothes that I had, because it's like, you know, it's just like trying to let go of that part of your life. And I feel like, look at the sun. I feel like when you like revert to Islam and you just keep all your clothes from before, like, you're just gonna be so tempted to like go back. I feel like you're just gonna tempted to go in and out, especially in Philly, because it's so normal to like cover and uncover, and just like some people, you know, they just, I don't know, Allah just didn't guide them in that way, or he just, you know, it's not blessing them in that way that they value their hijab more. I don't know. But I never had the desire to uncover after I became Muslim, because I felt like I would never want to be a hypocrite in that way, and I did not want to look crazy. Yeah, like, I just don't, I feel like it's embarrassing, honestly. So I didn't want to do that to myself. So I don't ever have any like times where I want to take it off or just be free, because it's just like, yeah. So yeah, I'm super happy with my decision to become Muslim. Don't regret it at all. I'm married. I ended up marrying my classmate. Yeah, I got married like months after I reverted, like not like right away or something, because he never said he wanted to marry me. I honestly think I was like on his top and getting on his nerves, and not the other way around. So yeah. Yeah, so we ended up getting married, and then we have 2 kids. So like now I have 2 children. We have 2 children to raise as Muslims, and like my mother was so happy when I became Muslim. Like, I forgot to add this part. My cousin, who reverted to Islam. She had a best friend, has a best friend, I don't know. She had a friend, my cousin had a friend who went to Hajj, and my mother had wrote in her dua book like that I become Muslim, and then look, the next year, following year, I became Muslim. And I'm just like, that is Allah, like that is truly Allah, because it's just like I could have easily stayed not Muslim. Like I finally had the freedom, you know, 18, no school, first semester in college, you know, just going to college, period. Like I had the freedom, like, you know, I had freedom, and like I chose to, you know, give it up at that time. That's what Allah wanted me to become Muslim, and like I'm just so happy, alhamdulillah, that I am Muslim. 5 years and counting, inshallah. May Allah guide my family, my friends, my loved ones, just the people that I crossed paths with, people that I went to school with. I really want everyone to be Muslim, and like, and really try to be our best selves and like elevate and become better Muslims, because it's realized, like, I've been Muslim for 5 years. I feel like I could be much further in like my knowledge and stuff, but I feel like the first few years is just like a learning curve, or just like getting to know stuff and learning the language, and like Islam is really good and really nice and all, and it's just, I didn't realize that it was so intricate as well, just like hadith and like the different narrators, and this one is da'if and this one is sahih, and it's like, it's a lot to take in, and then like learning, you know, trying to memorize surahs and stuff. It's just like, ugh, it takes a lot of patience, especially as when you revert as an adult, so your mind is different, and then like I have children, it's just harder to focus, you know what I'm saying? So I really do want to, you know, increase my knowledge, become a better Muslim, and let go of my Jahiliyyah ways, because I still have them, because I was, you know, I was in Jahiliyyah for 18 years, so like that's a lot of my identity, you know. So it's hard coming from that lifestyle to being a Muslim, and just like being a wife, and just trying to let go of those ideologies and mindsets as, you know, as a non-Muslim. But yes, alhamdulillah, I'm happy to be Muslim. May Allah guide you if you're not Muslim. May Allah keep us steadfast upon our religion. And may He not take our souls unless He's pleased with us. May He allow our graves to be spacious, filled with light, and our good deeds to keep us company. May we answer the questions of the grave correctly. You know, maybe we have to live by them too. So, you know, I mean, okay, yeah, so that is my story, my revert to Islam story. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, leave me a comment about, like, were you born Muslim? Did you revert? How did you revert? Why did you revert? Yes, like the video, subscribe to my channel so you can help my channel grow, and you can also turn on a bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And yeah, assalamu alaikum.